Good evening and welcome back to UINDY TV News. I'm Alli Cook.
And I'm Charles Foster. President Donald Trump's cabinet met on Tuesday morning amidst scrutiny over the Caribbean boat strikes. In September, the U.S. military launched an operation to take down an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean Sea. The Trump administration claims that a secondary strike during this operation was lawful. Legal experts say that if the U.S. killed survivors in the secondary strike, then the military committed a crime. The White House said this Monday that Navy Vice Admiral Frank Bradley was within his authority and the law. However, the military operation has been under bipartisan scrutiny after it was reported by the Washington Post that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth gave a verbal command to kill everybody on that boat. President Donald Trump has defended Hegseth, saying, quote, "Pete said he did not order the death of those two men, and I believe him." Admiral Bradley is expected to provide a classified briefing to lawmakers overseeing the military tomorrow.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday to discuss the U.S.-authored peace plan. This comes after Ukrainian and U.S. officials revised the plan on Sunday. The original plan would have limited the size of Ukraine's military, blocked the country from becoming a NATO member, and forced them to give up territory. Macron emphasized the importance of keeping Europe in the ceasefire discussions. He and Zelensky held talks with other European members from Britain, Germany, Poland, Italy, Norway, Finland, Denmark, the Netherlands, and other European Union officials.
The U.S. and UK have reached a tariff deal that will exclude pharmaceuticals from being taxed. Under the deal announced Monday, the UK will increase the price its government pays for drugs by 25% and guarantees to not lower those prices. In exchange, the UK won't have to pay tariffs on pharmaceuticals sent to the U.S. for the duration of the Trump administration. The UK exported $8.5 billion worth of pharmaceutical products to the U.S. just last year. The agreement includes further investments by UK drug companies in the U.S. The deal is part of a broader effort by the Trump administration to decrease drug costs in the U.S. The White House says it hopes other U.S. trading partners do similar deals.
Former Honduras President Juan Orlando Hernandez has been freed from prison following a presidential pardon from President Trump. Hernandez was sentenced to 45 years in federal prison last year for his role in helping drug traffickers move hundreds of tons of cocaine to the U.S. But early Tuesday morning, he was released from a federal prison in West Virginia. When asked about why he granted former President Hernandez a pardon, Trump stated, quote, "I was asked by the many people of Honduras. They really thought he was set up. They basically said he was a drug dealer because he was the president of the country." Critics of the pardon say that substantial evidence was presented that Hernandez used his office and state resources to protect drug smugglers, and that pardoning him undermines decades of U.S. anti-drug policy. Immediately after Trump announced the pardon, Honduras Attorney General Joel Zelaya said that his office is obligated to seek justice. It is unclear on what charges Hernandez could face in Honduras.
The United States has just hit its lowest level of mass killing since 2006. This past weekend, a shooting at a birthday party in California has left 4 dead, marking the 17th mass killing this year in the country. Our hearts go out to the victims of these tragic events. However, that number of 17 of these mass killings is one of the lowest we've seen in about 20 years. Despite the decline in these mass killings, experts are warning that these do not necessarily mean that safer days are ahead. James Allen Fox is a criminologist at Northwestern University. He says the current drop is more likely regressions to the mean, meaning he believes this current low is crime numbers returning to average after unusual spikes ever since 2018. About 82% of this year's killings involved firearms. Since 2006, just over 32,000 people died at mass killings, with 81% of them being a result of gun violence.
On Monday, the White House released results from President Trump's MRI scans done in October. When it was first brought to the media's attention, they asked Trump about the MRI, and Trump claimed, quote, "The doctor said it was the best result he has ever seen as a doctor." Trump added, "I have no idea what they analyzed, but whatever they analyzed it well." After facing calls from Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to release the results, the White House did so. The results analyzed the cardiovascular and abdominal regions of the president.
On Monday, Airbus announced it has identified an issue with metal panels on some A320 passenger planes. A spokesperson said a very limited number of planes will need to be fixed. The company says it is a supplier quality issue that has now been resolved. The announcement comes after about 6,000 A320 planes required a software update. The update gives pilots more control in intense solar storms.
The driver of a semi-trailer was rescued from his cab after a highway crash left it hanging partially over a bridge in West Virginia. Officials say his load is what kept him from going completely over. Fire officials say that the semi-truck was hauling bricks when it lost control. The semi hit a concrete barrier, causing the cab to dangle over the side of a bridge. Fire responders used a ladder truck and tied a firefighter to it, then dangled the firefighter from the bridge. The driver was not injured in the crash.
Thank you, Alli. Jace, we're officially in December. We've already seen some snow this week. What's the rest of the week looking like?
Yeah, Charles, and very fitting as well, as December 1st was the start of what they call meteorological winter. Obviously, some snow came in over the weekend, and a lot more than they expected. They were saying, 2 to 4 inches of snow. We got towards that higher end, towards the 4-inch mark over the weekend. And so some roads are still kind of icy out there, so as always, proceed with caution out on the road still as things get cleaned up. But at least tonight, we shouldn't see much in the way of snow, but maybe a coating about less than an inch or so as some more snow does come into the area, and will stay into that 28, 29 degree area throughout the course of the night. Looking at the weather map currently, you can see this region of snow kind of hovering over central Indiana right now. It won't coat much, maybe an inch or so, but that shouldn't cause too many problems, at least travel-wise, heading into the morning hours. We'll get into the future cast here in a little bit and tell you why there's no more snow in the forecast for at least a week or so. But first, some local news.
The round table where no topic is off limits. NFL, NBA, MLB, college, you name it, we got it. We don't report on sports, we debate them. From legacy to greatness. From touchdowns to blocks at the rim. You decide who's right. Tune in to the debate at UINDY TV on YouTube every Tuesday at 6 p.m. or on Spotify at First Stop Sports.
News. How much time we got? Okay. I'll check on coffee. I love coffee.
We're on the air.
All right. Good evening. I'm Chris Hammer, here to report the news for you. For your campus, local, and national headlines, UINDY TV News has got you covered. Wednesdays at 6.
Yeah. Okay, guys, seriously, basketball and hockey have got to be the best sports around. Speed, skill, drama, 7-game series, they have got it all.
Nah, baseball is the best sport, and that's just a fact, Jace.
You guys are both wrong. It's 100% football. You guys need to get on the football train.
Everyone stop. Why fight now when you can watch us debate on Grand Slam Sports on YouTube on Fridays at 6 p.m. or on Xfinity Channel 1096.
Republican leaders in the Indiana State House of Representatives released a proposed new congressional map for the state on Monday. The map seeks to give the Republican Party control over all 9 of the state's congressional districts. Currently, there are 7 Republican and 2 Democratic members of Congress in Indiana. The map is the latest stage of a months-long attempt by Republican leaders to redraw the state's maps. The process, known as redistricting, normally only happens after each census, but other states, led by Texas and California, have also redrawn their maps this year. Supporters include Indiana's House Speaker Todd Hudson, Governor Mike Braun, President Trump, and Vice President J.D. Vance. All Republicans' opponents of redrawing the map include the state's Democrats as well as some Republicans in the Indiana Senate. Both the House and Senate must approve the map for it to become law.
Indiana officials are investigating how state government websites ended up posting instructions for creating AI deepfake pornography. Google searches revealed several PDFs on the Indiana Department of Health's website. They showed users how to use AI to remove clothing from images and create explicit content. The Department of Health says a surge in bot activity on November 19th allowed the uploads, but no data was compromised. Most files have been removed, but some still show up on Google. Similar incidents have hit government sites in several states, but Indiana says its case is unrelated. Officials say they're still working to clear the remaining files from search results.
With freezing temperatures in Indiana, several warming centers opened in Indy on Monday. 2 24/7 shelters are now available, one on North Tibbs Avenue for families and single women, and another at the Assessment and Intervention Center, which has beds for single men by referral. West Morris Church also opened as an overnight warming shelter, offering 70 beds for single men when temps drop below 25 degrees or wind chills fall under 15. The openings come as the National Weather Service warns wind chills could drip into the teens following several rounds of snowfall across the state. Officials say additional warming centers may open as temperatures continue to drop.
A new initiative from Governor Braun could make some Indiana state officials more family-friendly. Braun announced the Family First Workplace pilot program on Tuesday, allowing eligible state employees to bring their infants to work during their first 6 months. The pilot begins immediately in 3 agencies: the Governor's Office, the Indiana Department of Health, and the State Personnel Department. This follows a March executive order that expanded parental leave for state workers, including paid childbirth recovery leave and additional time for C-section deliveries. Braun said the initiative reflects Indiana's commitment to strengthening families and supporting parents in the workforce. If the pilot goes well, officials say more agencies could join the program.
People driving in Indiana have had new place for quick pit stop. UINDY TV Jackson Strawberger has the details.
Drivers heading into Indiana on Interstate 70 now have a brand new place to stop and recharge. The Clear Creek Welcome Center just east of the Illinois border has officially reopened after going a full rebuild, giving travelers a modern space designed to be more than just a quick pit stop. The original rest area dated back to the early 90s, but transportation officials say heavy traffic and aging infrastructure meant it was time for a fresh start. Now the new center features updated restrooms, brighter lighting, and a racing-themed interior that highlights Indiana's connections to the Indianapolis 500. And for people who pass it every week, the change is pretty noticeable. I talked with one driver who says the upgrades make a difference.
I've been driving past this as they've been constructing it for the past couple years as I go from Kansas City to Indianapolis where I live, and now that I see that it's open, I pulled in on my way home, and I'm impressed. It was worth the wait. Beautiful.
Outside, the improvements continue with an expanded parking lot, over 100 new truck spaces and children's play area, a dog park, and walking paths for anyone needing a break from the road. The project is part of a larger effort to modernize Indiana's rest area, adding safer place for the drivers to pull over along major interstates. The Clear Creek Welcome Center is now open 24/7, welcoming travelers with a brand new look and more convenience than ever. And for UINDY TV News, this is Jackson Strasburger.
Thank you, Jackson. A couple of Hoosiers are waking up a whole lot richer after big Powerball wins this week. The Hoosier Lottery says 2 winning tickets were sold in Indianapolis for the November 26th drawing. One worth $150,000 sold at Hoosier to Go on West Troy Avenue, and another worth $50,000 sold at Rich Oil on North College Avenue. Wednesday's winning numbers were 7, 8, 15, 19, 28, with a Powerball of 3 and Power Play of 3 times. You can check your tickets on the Hoosier Lottery app. And while nobody has hit Monday's $740 million jackpot yet, the second largest in 2025, the next Powerball drawing is tonight at 10:59 p.m. Tickets are $2 and sold in 45 states.
Snowfall moving through central Indiana overnight has caused major problems on the roads. IMPD reports more than 150 crashes since the snowfall began Monday night. While the snow has stopped, roads are still slick. Police are urging drivers to slow down and give first responders and road crews plenty of room. IMPD says icy patches and low visibility led to many of the crashes across the roads. Authorities say if you have to travel, reduce your speed, leave extra space, avoid sudden braking, and watch for slick spots. If you don't need to be out, stay home. Road crews are continuing work to clear remaining snow and ice.
Indiana definitely felt the impact of Monday's snow. Jace, how are we looking into the week? Is there any more snow coming?
I already mentioned that snow that's coming in tonight. As you can see here, as this moves down to the south, it'll leave behind a high pressure system, which will leave things dry and nice for at least a few days. Looking into the weekend, at least, the sun will finally pop out beginning as early as tomorrow, but the temperatures stay kind of in that freezing to below freezing range throughout the course of the weekend. So, our times of going outside and enjoying nights aren't really prevalent anymore. We have to stay inside, warm up, drink some hot chocolate, whatnot. But Saturday, high of 35, low of 34 or so, and then Sunday, high of 36. Things will get cloudy again, but no rain or snow is expected for at least a few weeks or so. Luckily, so these roads can get all cleared up, the grass can dry out, and we'll get back to the normal weather heading into the winter season. But when we come back, talking some sports, Nate and Chris next.
Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Duh.
We'll leave it to our actual athletes. Watch UINDY TV's live sports broadcast on GLVCSN and YouTube.
Are you feeling alone in your faith? UINDY Catholic gives you an opportunity to get involved in a religious community on campus, providing sacramental needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you, and we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
UINDY Catholic, a community for you.
For children who may have high-functioning autism, may have ADHD, processing challenges, working memory issues, sensory integration issues, those types of challenges. It's a place where human beings are valued, children are respected. It's a progressive school that takes a hands-on approach to education.
Sad times.
Indeed.
It's over. UINDY football loses to Minnesota State 35-27. Hard-fought game, but Sukup at the end. You throw the interception. A great season comes to an end for the Greyhounds.
And that's what it is, a great season. You mentioned it was a great year for the Hounds. They made it to the first time in school history we hosted a second-round playoff game here at Key Stadium, but unfortunately coming up short. The team fought hard all day. They got down before halftime and clawed their way back before they ended up coming just short at the end of the game. There was a period in time there I thought they were going to get it done. You know, that you put the ball in. He's like Patrick Mahomes, Sukup is. You give him too much time on the clock. I thought he was going to go down there and get it done, but there was just not enough time left, and unfortunately, this great season has come to an end.
Gavin Sukup ends the game with just over 210 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, of course, the one to seal it. Fataki led the way on the ground with 122 yards. 77 of it was the opening touchdown of the game for the Greyhounds on 1 carry. You look at the defense, a couple of sacks, picked off once, but overall it was all Greyhounds and just not coming up enough. When you look at it's another team that didn't exactly get it done. We moved to the Indianapolis Colts, Chris.
That's right. You mentioned just not getting it done. The Colts would host the Houston Texans this Sunday at Lucas Oil Stadium. The Colts would win the coin toss, elect to take the ball, which is something the Colts have been doing recently, but it would come back to bite them as they would go 3 and out to start the game and get down early as the Texans would kick an opening drive field goal for them. However, the Colts would claw back to make it a 6-3 game. But it would just be not too much in the third quarter as the Texans would score a couple touchdowns, and the final score would end up being 20-16. Jonathan Taylor had 85 yards, but was not able to find the end zone this week, which is a rare sight, seeing JT not find the end zone after the year he's been having. So, Nate, I want to turn to you. The Colts are now second place in their division. The Jaguars has overtaken them. Is it time to hit the panic button if you're a Colts fan right now?
I don't have a panic button in front of me, but I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it right now. I'm hitting it as hard as I can. You have 2 games against the Jags left. You have a game against the Texans. You have Seattle, and you have the 49ers, all teams that are in that playoff hunt or either in the playoffs right now. The Colts with a injured Daniel Jones with a broken fibula, I believe, fracture, not broken. He threw for 201 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but it just wasn't the same. His mobility has really dropped, and I really do not like to say that the Colts have a chance. They have a chance, but I think they may go 1-4, 2-3 for this Colts season. As we now will turn to a little bit more of a bright spot, we have a package for you talking about UIndy information there on Kennedy Phelps and Evan Porterfield.
Hidden between the walls of Nickerson Hall is a door to sports information, but what lies behind it? For the University of Indianapolis, this small office plays a big role. Sports information is the link between athletes, coaches, fans, media, and the outside world. Their job? To tell the story of 23 varsity sports both in real time and long after the final whistle.
So being able to keep track of individual success of a player, a team's success, being able to produce timely recaps, being able to tell a story before a game even happens. All of our programs and all the student athletes, all of them are having a voice. We're in a spot where we can provide that good coverage, and some places it's not going to be as consistent.
From maintaining historical archives to updating statistics after every game, sports information keeps the Greyhounds connected to the GLVC and NCAA and keeps fans connected to their favorite teams.
Well, I've heard it said that athletics is the front porch to any institution. A lot of that comes from our presence online, and that's on social media, that's on the website. We use social media quite a bit to engage with the campus and the community. We really have elevated our efforts recently, especially with promotion and marketing. I think that goes a long way on social media and getting the word out, getting the games when they are, what promotions are happening.
But sports information doesn't work alone. Beyond stats, records, and media relations, they play a major role in supporting UIndy TV, the student-ran broadcast team that produces live coverage of Greyhound football and basketball.
I mean, they're like our check. Like every single time we do something, they're the ones that make sure that we do it right. If we sound bad, they're gonna tell us. If they don't like the way that something looks, they're gonna tell us. And that's kind of needed sometimes to have someone tell you that you're wrong, because it's really easy to think that you're doing everything perfectly or that you're doing everything really bad, depending on how you think about your work. So having someone, an outside source that gets paid to make sure that things look good, telling you whether it looks good or not, is very helpful to make sure that we can put out the right product for the people.
So the next time you cheer on the Greyhounds, remember, long before the lights come on and long after the last point is scored, sports information is working behind this door to make it all possible.
Thank you, Evan and Kennedy. And just to wrap up the sports segment, Notre Dame football looking to make their way into the college football playoff. But what have they not been?
I'll tell you what they haven't been right now. Tested. And speaking of tested, finals week is coming up for us, college students here at UIndy. Let's send it back to the desk for more on that.
Thank you, Nate and Chris, for those updates. Definitely a sad time to be a football fan in Indiana right now, but a sad time for students as well. Finals week is less than a week away for most college students. UIndy TV's Chris Hammer talked to students about how they're preparing.
Thanks, guys. Let me be the first to welcome you all back from Thanksgiving break. But that means one thing. Finals week is upon us. We're here at the Student Center to ask students how they're preparing for finals this year. All right, how was your Thanksgiving break?
It was great. Good time spent with some family, some old friends. Really good.
Awesome. Really good. How much did you eat? A lot of food? Fair amount, yeah.
It was good. I like my family.
That's pretty good. You got to study a little bit, study for finals. Use all the ChatGPT.
I had a really nice Thanksgiving break. I went home and I spent with my family, friends. Pretty busy the entire week. Yeah.
I said it was pretty good. Very relaxing.
Ate a lot of food?
Yeah.
That was good. I went to Chicago for my first time. Enjoyed some time when I was there. Walked around. Couldn't complain. Finals week is coming up on us. What is your strategy to prepare for finals? Lock in, Red Bull. Strategy? I'm more of like I'm an impromptu guy. I wing it, you know? ChatGPT. Straight up. ChatGPT, that's it. ChatGPT. That's how I get through my test.
Just literally cramming everything in it. Yeah, a lot of papers. Yeah.
Study sessions?
Yes.
So, to prepare, well, I'd say, I'm studying every day, making sure I know all my information, going over just old stuff and new stuff kind of every night, just briefly going over it and practicing it, make sure I know it, especially for Calc 2, and chemistry. It's the big ones, the heavy hitters, but that's about it.
You confident in these finals?
Yeah. Yeah, we could say that.
That sounds pretty assuring there, didn't it?
Taking time out of my day to study, time management, I would say probably the biggest thing. Probably that. Honestly, I don't have too much to do. I got 2 exams that I can already do now. I got 2 presentations. I'll just work on them this week in the library with a friend.
Honestly, I don't have many exams where they're cumulative, so I'm taking the time to focus on my main exam. And throughout the week, I review my notes, and with my other exams, I'm constantly in class and making sure I'm staying on top of the information so that it's all in my brain, not, having to review every single thing 24/7. So being able to just review throughout the week is pretty good to stay on top of it.
All right, you got anything planned for winter break after the finals are over?
Can't say I do. Just gonna go home and hang out, hang with the family, and take a break for a while before I have to come back to semester 2. And that's about it.
I'm hoping to go to Mexico with my grandma for a week, visit over there, but usually just staying home, staying with my family. I like to be home, being all cozy. My mom likes to decorate the house sometimes. For Christmas, we're doing a 90s theme in the house this year.
Well, there's definitely a lot of different strategies that these students are preparing for. A lot of different fun things they're doing over break. I know a lot of them are looking forward to that break, so it's definitely going to be a very busy next couple of weeks here at the University of Indianapolis. For UINDY TV, I'm Chris Hammer reporting live from the Student Center.
Thank you, Chris. Even though finals are a doozy, there might be one thing keeping students going: Christmas. UINDY students got into the Christmas spirit last night. Ashley Ellison and Hunter Baker have the latest.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Hunter.
And we are at the Smith Mall holiday tree lighting.
Let's go ahead and take a look inside Switzer.
There is a bunch of activities happening inside the Student Center right now, so let's see what we can find.
The holidays are like a good time to take a moment and pause and reflect on the year and spend time with friends and family.
What advice would you give for your students to stay safe on the holidays?
About the same I would give any time of year. It's all about situational awareness, locking cars, don't leave valuables out. The things that we say pretty much all year long apply now. Only difference is we're more likely to be trusting during this time of year. So we just say the same thing. Lock up your valuables, don't keep things in your car. The big thing with the winter is starting your car and then going back inside. Just remember that opens it up to being stolen. So vehicle theft could be on the rise.
And what does this time of year mean to you?
All you got to do is look around. It's engagement, it's community, bringing everybody together to have a fun time, especially during finals time, getting the students together to engage. It's family. For me, it's faith. I know for some people it's not, but it's just a time that we can get together and feel a little bit merry and a little bit Christmassy.
What does Christmas mean on campus for you?
It is the best and the funnest time of the year. I love to see the expressions on students' faces, no matter where they're from. It's coming together. It's celebrating everything UINDY stands for. It's the community. And I just think there couldn't be a better time to celebrate it than Christmas.
And in talking about the community, what does the lighting, what special effect does this have?
If you look at just our beautiful campus, this just gives such a glow to everything we value. And I think the lights just have this, it's cold, we are wearing hand warmers, but really if you look at the light, it just makes all of that cold go away. It's a perfect way to celebrate a great campus, a great beginning of the holidays.
And then the last question I have for you is, what is your favorite thing about Christmas?
Oh, my favorite thing about Christmas is sitting by the fireplace, reading a really good book, and drinking some really good hot chocolate.
I'm Ashley Ellison.
And I'm Hunter Baker.
Reporting for UINDY TV.
Thank you, Ashley and Hunter. And speaking of seasons, the final season of Stranger Things roared to its best opening week ever. The first 4 episodes of Stranger Things 5 racked up 59.6 million views worldwide in the first 5 days after the premiere. According to Netflix's first-party data, that's the highest opening week total to date for any English language series on the streamer. The first 4 episodes of season 5 had 284.2 million hours of watch time worldwide and have a watch time of roughly 5 hours.
The nation is divided when it comes to artificial intelligence, but UIndy's newest club has found a way to embrace this growing technology. Nate Long has the story.
ChatGPT, Gemini, Google Assistant are just a couple of ways you can see and find AI in your everyday lives. AI is here to stay, and it is evolving. However, UIndy and one person in the school business have decided to get ahead of the curve. Clayton Johnson wanted to create something where the limits of AI could be tested.
How fast this revolution in technology is going, and basically I didn't want to fall behind, and I wanted to learn what was going on, but plus I wanted to meet other students that were interested as well. I wanted to start building stuff. I wanted to understand more about what this technology actually is and how I could utilize it later on in my work life.
And with that, AI Innovation Club was born. Clayton and the rest of his board have created a fun atmosphere for students to learn more about AI. The meetings that are every other Thursday start with a Q&A of someone in the AI space. This semester, they had speakers who had created their own businesses, 2 employees of Eli Lilly, and everywhere in between. Then, after the speaker was finished, the students broke into small groups and had competitions for gift cards. Creating logos, writing code, creating a new product pitch were just a couple of the topics that the groups created over AI. AI is looking to be the future, and it's already starting to take shape right here on campus.
Our vision and part of our strategic plan was to create a center for AI, which is in the works right now. We are, the Lilly Endowment just announced a major investment in AI for higher education, which we're looking to take full advantage of and take advantage of that opportunity.
The club plans to bring in more speakers next semester, offer more hands-on workshops, and open the door to even more student involvement. They are also planning to have these events LP approved for the rest of the school year. The AI Innovation Club will pick back up every other Thursday night when the spring semester starts. And any UIndy student, no matter the major, interested in AI or just curious about what it can do, is invited to come and check it out. For UINDY TV, I'm Nate Long.
Thank you, Nate. The 39th annual AES Indiana Yuletide celebration returns to the Hilbert Circle Theater in Indianapolis starting this weekend. Curtis Bannister and Broadway star Ashley Brown host this multi-genre holiday performance alongside the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. The event includes vocals, dancing, and orchestral music. The first performance is this Friday, December 5th at 7 p.m. with 26 total performances. It will continue near daily until December 23rd. Tickets range from $40 to $100 and can be purchased at indianapolissymphony.org. What's your holiday plans, Charles?
I'm going to go back home in a few weeks. I'm going to do some church events with my family, go do a bunch of things, and it's going to be fun. What about you?
I am planning to hit up the Carmel Kris Kringle Mart.
Oh, okay, that'd be fun.
I've never been before, and I just see such good things about it all the time. Might have to hit up the Yuletide celebration as well.
I went to the Kris Kringle Market in Chicago, and it's a very fun time. So thank you for tuning in to UIndy TV News.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and on YouTube at UIndy-TV to stay up to date on all things sports, entertainment, and news.
As always, have a good night.
And be safe, Indy. We'll see you next semester.